Welcome to Polynomial Division. Today we're going to be looking at polynomials and how to divide them, but we want to start off with regular arithmetic division and see the similarities and the differences between the two. So for example, let's start off with figuring out what 3 divided by 127 is. Alright, so we know to do this, the first thing we have to see is, can 3 go into 1? Well, 3 can't go into 1, but 3 can go into 12. And we know 3 can go into 12 4 times. So we multiply 3 times 4, and we get 12. Once we get this number down here, we subtract it from the number that's right above it. So we know 12 minus 12 is 0. Next thing we do is we bring down the 7. So now you're trying to ask yourself, how many times do we have to multiply 3 to get rid of 7? Well, the most times you can do that is 2, because 3 times 2 is 6. Once again, we subtract these two quantities and we end up with the number 1. Now, since 3 can't go into 1, we say that our remainder is 1 divided by 3. Now, this is what we call arithmetic division. And the similarities between arithmetic division and polynomial are very similar. So let's look at an example of polynomial division. So let's say we want to divide 2x squared plus 7x plus 7 by x plus 2. Now the idea is very similar. You're trying to figure out what you want to multiply this polynomial by to cancel out this first term. Well, the first term you have here is an x. So you have to think, okay, well, if I multiply that x by 2, I'll be able to cancel out this 2x squared. But that'll only just be 2 times x. So we have to multiply this x by 2x. So let's think. If we do 2x times x, we're going to end up with 2x squared. But you want to do it to both terms. So you want to do that to the x and to the 2. So 2x times x gives you 2x squared, and then 2x times 2 gives you 4x. Now, once you get to this point, remember, it's similar to polynomial division, arithmetic division, you want to subtract both quantities. So now I have 2x squared minus 2x squared, that's just going to be 0. And then I have 7x squared minus 4x squared. That's going to be 3x. Then I want to bring down the 7. So now I have 3x plus 7. So you want to repeat that same process. You want to ask yourself, what do I want to multiply this x by to get rid of this 3 here? Well, if I multiply x by 3, I'll have 3x. So same thing. Distribute the 3 to both of these terms here. So you have 3 times x. That gives you your 3x, and then 3 times 2 will give you 6. And this is going to work out nicely because we're going to subtract these two quantities. 3x minus 3x, that's just 0x, and 7 minus 6 gives us 1. So here, x can't go into 1. So we say that x is unable to be multiplied by anything to get into 1. So 1 is our remainder. So the same way that we write that will be the same as arithmetic division. So we say plus the 1, and we divide that by our x plus 2, which is our divisor from here. And this is our answer. So that's how we do polynomial division. And it's very similar to arithmetic division. Let's do another example of polynomial division. So let's start off with 4x squared plus 3x plus 10. And we're going to divide that by x minus 2. So this is a polynomial division, but we still want to take care of it the same way. So we do x minus 2, and right under the division symbol we do 4x squared plus 3x plus 10. So we're asking ourselves, what can we multiply x by to cancel out 4x squared? And the answer is 4x. So we multiply x by 4x and we get 4x squared. And then we multiply 4x by negative 2 and we get negative 8x. Now we're subtracting these two quantities. So we subtract 4x squared from 4x squared, that'll just be 0. So we don't need to write that. But if we do the two negatives together, we're going to have 3x and a positive 8x. That's going to be 11x. Then we bring down our 10. Alright, then repeat the process. What do we have to multiply x by to get rid of 11x? Answer to that is 11. So 11 times x gives you 11x, and 11 times negative 2 gives you minus 22. Then once again we're subtracting these two quantities, so we put them in parentheses and we throw the negative on the outside. So 11x minus 11x is going to be 0, and then we have two negatives here, so that's going to be a positive 10 and a positive 22, which will end up being 32. Now, since x can't go into 32, that's our remainder. So we write that as plus 32 divided by the divisor, x minus 2. And that is our answer. Now, a few reminders here when you're doing polynomial long division. So if you're going to do polynomial long division, the first thing you have to make sure is that whatever you're dividing or using to divide, it has to be in standard form. So meaning that it has to have the exponents in descending order. So, for example, if you had 4x squared plus 3x plus 10, if that was written as 10 plus 4x squared plus 3x, what you have to do is, before you divide that, you have to write that as 4x squared plus 3x plus 10. And the second thing that we have to remember is, let's say that one of the terms didn't have all of the exponent values. So let's say we had 4x squared minus 10 as one of the divisors. When we write that in the terms of the division, we have to account for every single exponent value. So you'd have to write that as 4x squared plus 0x minus 10. So you can think of it as a placeholder, and you need that every time you do this division. And that's going to be the end of our video for today. I hope this was helpful. Thank you and take care.